What's up, guys? This is Clark Fahrenthold with VegasOdds.com coming to you live. Well, not live. It'll be a little bit different for you guys hearing me in a pre-recording here when you see this great face pop up on your screen. Coming to you here with some great picks coming up here with the next week. You know, you might be sitting here wondering yourself, the guy, sitting in an Oakland Athletics shirt here, what exactly is this guy going to talk about? The real thing that I want to hone in on here and give you the inside scoop and make sure that you're making that money on those margins and on those odds is coming up here on June 27th, when you may be asking yourself, Clark, what are you talking about? What are you looking at right now? Well, to the keen eye and those paying attention to the sports world, you would know that June 27th, grab your strawberries and cream because we're going out to Wimbledon to those beautiful grass courts. And guess what, folks? We have a winner, I think, in our eyes right now. The hot favorite right now, plus 150, is Iga Swiatek, who's playing out of her mind, to give her credit. She's at plus 150, as I said, but she's not the person I'm going to be betting on here. You could be saying, Clark, you're crazy. This woman right now has won 35 consecutive matches. She's on a roll. She just picked up the French Open title at Roland Garros. How could you possibly be picking against the favorite right here, the Clydesdale? I hear you. I got it. I understand what you're saying. But here's the thing, folks. I don't love the 150 on it. I'm going to be honest. The person who I'm looking at is someone who made their mark in this tournament back in 2019 when she upset Venus Williams in round one. You know who I'm talking about? It's the young American stud, Coco Gauff, coming in at plus 1,100 odds right now to get her to win the Wimbledon championships. And look, I get it. Those odds might be a little bit high. And why would you want to go against someone like Swiatek, who's playing so incredibly well right now? When you look at Gauff's previous success at Wimbledon, I think there is a lot to like. First off, when we start off again, as I pointed out, her first big breakthrough and where we got to know the name is when she was 16 years old. 16 years old, went in and unseated Venus Williams. Huge. And remember, I know Venus at the time was a little bit older, but Venus is still an all-time great, and she was having success back there in 2019, 2018, 2017. She started to pick it back up again. People thought she might be getting back into more of a contention spot, but Coco Gauff, not saying that she ended the career by any marks, and Venus is still a great player, but she definitely made a name for herself right there. Another thing that I really like with Gauff is in her two previous appearances in 2019 and in 2021, she made it to the Wimbledon Championships round of 16. Now, you might be saying, okay, round of 16, that's not that big of a deal. But here's the thing. She was 16 and she was 17 when she did those things. Now she's a year older. She's got her highest ranking in the world by the ATP that she's ever had. And she's playing arguably some of her best tennis. While Swiatek was the one who took the championship home in Roland Garros, the person that she played was Coco Gauff. And not only did Coco Gauff go to the finals at Roland Garros, she also took it to the finals in doubles with her partner, Jen Pegula, the daughter of the owner of the Bills. Those two played great all the way to the doubles championships, so she's rolling. And if we want further evidence of how well Coco's playing right now, just look what she did in the last week at the Berlin Bet 10 Open Championship for the ATP, where she made a semifinal appearance on grass before losing to number one overall seed Jabru out of Tunisia, who's been playing really well herself too. I think when you look at things overall, Gauff just has the edge where I think her best tennis of her career is playing well right now. And again, she's 18 years old. It's crazy to think that she's playing at this high level at 18. I think for her at Wimbledon, there's a sense of comfort. I mean, I think there has to be something to be said about someone who rolls in at age 16 and upsets one of the greatest, probably top 5 player in history, who's still playing well at the time of Venus Williams, and going out there and doing it with relative ease. And then not only that, making it to 2 round of 16s. On top of that, what we need to look at with Gauff is her success on the grass court surface as well. In her career, Coco Gauff is 10-4 on grass court surfaces with a win-to-loss ratio of 21-10. That's really good. You could make an argument that Gauff plays some of her best tennis on the grass court surface. Now you might be saying, Clark, well, hold on a minute now, wait a minute now, what about Swiatek? What's she doing? And I think that's for one of the big things we got to look at with this, and I really like Coco Gauff. Swiatek, I think she could be becoming the equivalent of the female version of what Rafa Nadal is on clay. Swiatek's an 88% career winner on clay. She's borderline unbeatable. She's starting to show it. She could be one of those, like I said, just like Nadal, who goes in there and rips off just, 15 titles. And she could very well do that. But the thing is that 88% winner on clay for Swiatek, 71% winner on hard court for Swiatek. But if you take a look at her grass court numbers, she's a 50% winner on grass. That's a huge drop off, huge. And granted, she's only 4-4 on grass, and the grass court season is shorter, but that's still only a 50% winning percentage. Only 50%. She's one of the best players in the world, but statistically right now, one of her worst surfaces to play on is the grass court. And another big thing that I think people need to pay attention to with these odds right now, and why you really should get on Gauff in the top, Swiatek's not playing any grass court surfaces leading up to the Wimbledon Championships. She's taken out because she has a shoulder injury. She wants to let that get right, which, for her, great decision. Why would you want to try to test something in a prelim, ATP tournament and go out there and possibly, jack something up where you actually missed the Wimbledon Championships? But if you look at it, she's missing a grass court season practically in its entirety, and she's going to roll into Wimbledon, a surface that, as I've established, she's not particularly good on. So again, I know it's more of an argument too of not only just for Gauff, but in a little bit of way against Swiatek. Going back to Gauff's numbers on grass, 10-4 at age 18, this isn't a surface that she plays all the time. And I think in some ways, though, this surface is made for her. When you watch grass court, the ball does not jump off the grass as much as it nearly does on the hard court, and it plays faster. And I think when you look at Gauff's power and athleticism, that's tailor-made to her game. She's made for a grass court in a lot of ways. I know the women's field is tough, but in the same way, it's kind of wide open. And I think if there's any time for Coco Gauff to break through, it would be right now. I think when you look at Swiatek, a lot of people point to the fact that, again, she's won 35 straight. And some people might say, how could you bet against that? But to me, it's like, I'm going to bet against that because I'm going to bet that she's going to be due for a loss. Again, she's great, but continuing to win 35 straight after missing almost all the grass court season going straight in is such a stretch in my mind. If you go back to the last longest active streak before this, you'd have to go back to Steffi Graf when she won 66 in a row. Does anyone know she lost her match that ended that 66-game match winning streak? The answer would be on the grass court in Berlin to Monica Searles. So maybe we have not quite the same tournament repeat here, but we could have Coco Gauff. I don't know the draws again. The seeding has not come out yet for Wimbledon, but we do certainly have a scenario where Gauff, again, better player on grass statistically overall if we're looking at matches. And your game is a little bit more made for the grass than I think Swiatek is. And then you compare the fact that Swiatek is not the greatest grass player, and Gauff's, again, her ability, to be comfortable in Wimbledon, I think is going to be a huge thing for her. I think when you look at those plus 1,100 odds, there's something that certainly has to stick out to you. That's great value, I think, for someone who has a very legitimate shot to win. If you look at Gauff, too, just overall the way that her trajectory of her career is going right now, you can't ignore finals appearance in Roland Garros. I know she lost, but geez, she's on a roll right now. And again, I know she lost in Berlin, okay, in the semifinals, but you know what? I just think it's all a precursor for what's about to happen. I think this girl's going to go in there, and I think she's going to have her one shining moment, the start of what will be many majors, I think, in my mind, for her. I think she's going to take it in. Plus 1,100, this feels like almost too good to be true in my mind in terms of odds. I think based off of what I've given you, she's just clearly a better player on grass. And to me, it makes just way too much sense. I think this is Gauff's moment. I think Swiatek, the little bit of a shoulder injury, not great on grass again. This isn't something that this tournament's for her right now. So again, for me, if you want to make some money, if you want to tail along, I feel like you got to be going for Coco Gauff. I mean, come on now, folks. Let's get on into this. Let's go ahead and make some money. So yeah, for VegasOdds.com, I'm Clark Fahrenthold. Keep in touch with me. I'll be making sure to give you some more winners here throughout the week. And yeah, can't wait to hear from you guys. Good luck. Let's make some money.